coming out. Oh man, so the other night I was at home sitting on the couch answering work emails while killing it on Jeopardy at the same time. I got 6 questions right back to back. Yeah. It made me think they should host Kids Week more often. Killed it. I ran my first race in 20 years back in March. Yeah, very proud of myself. Thank you. So it's always held on St. Patrick's Day, so they call it the Irish Jig. And the night before the race, I looked the course up online so that I can get my bearings. And this was the first time that I realized that this race was in my neighborhood. And I don't recommend you all run races in your neighborhood, because once you see your house, race is over. It was a 10K. I ran a half K. I don't see how anyone could fault me for like coming upon my home and saying, I just found the new finish line. A few months ago, my daughter was afraid of the dark, so I spent the night with her instead of my husband. She was so grateful that the next day she walked over to the Rite Aid in our neighborhood, bought me my favorite candy bar, and made me a homemade card. It said, "Thanks for sleeping with me." I showed it to my husband and said, "Are you taking notes here?" It's the sweetest gesture. I once got drunk at a party we hosted at my house. And when all of our friends left, I just stayed there at the dining room table and fell asleep. So around 3 a.m., I fall out of the chair, I crawl over to the love seat, and I crash until like 9 in the morning. By the time I wake up, my back hurts, my neck is aching, and I just remember sitting there thinking, you know, this sums up marriage perfectly. Because if it had been our first year as newlyweds, my husband would have gone through the house, found me wherever I was, taken me back to bed, and then had his way with me. 12 years in. Dude, you're on your own. Because dibs on the whole damn bed. There's nothing like it. My daughter was doing her homework one afternoon. She pauses, looks up from her assignment, and says she doesn't understand how her white father and black mother go together because we seem so different in her eyes. I've always said she was an old soul. Not Alabama Governor George Wallace's old soul. It's 2018. I never imagined I'd be holding lunch counter protests in my own house. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this half-black kid has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this half-black kid has got to go. She'll come around, right? Oh my gosh. I am a fan of classic rock music. Yeah, thank you. My husband and I were running errands, and then Pink Floyd's Young Lust came on. I said, this would have been my stripper song if I had danced my way through college. And he said, I wouldn't rule it out. We may need you to hustle in 6 years when the twins start freshman year at the same time. Wouldn't that be a bitch? To live this wholesome life for 20 years, hear that your kid gets into great school and then have to strip in your 50s to pay for their tuition? I was thinking that if they got into Harvard, my stage name could be Ivy League. Just planning ahead. Oh my gosh. I like when people refer to a place of worship as a mega church. Because it makes me want to turn on my mega voice. So that I can help promote the ultimate day of praise and worship. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We made too much forgiveness and it all has to go. Mega church. Our communion wafers are the waffle fries from Chick-fil-A. Mega church. Free car wash with every baptism. Mega church. Our gospel songs are Taylor Swift songs. Mega church. 2 police cars came tearing through my neighborhood this morning at 6 a.m. Kind of felt like they were doing last call. You know, trying to solve the evening's mysteries before the day shift crew arrived. I could just picture them outside, turning tight corners, tipping over trash cans so that they could hand out the most tickets of the night. It made me think of Semisonics' hit, Closing Time. So I started to sing it, but with a different chorus. I know who I'd want to be the judge. I know who I'd want to be the judge. I know who I'd want to be the judge. Someone black. Closing time. Here's a fine for driving 55 in a 25. Closing time. Domestic call with alcohol. Gonna be a long, bumpy ride. Gather up your suspects. Move them through the alleys. I hope you can post your bail. Closing time. You don't get to go home 'cause you're headed straight to jail. Everybody! I know who I want to be the judge. I know who I want to be the judge. I know who I want to be the judge. Someone black. You guys can sing it too, you just say someone white.